Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. And by the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission advocates on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
Hi, welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel, and we're here in Gresham at MetroEast. Tonight's last segment, we're going to be talking with Steve Fancher, who is the Environmental Services Director for the City of Gresham. Thanks for being here, Steve.
Thanks a lot for having me, Monica.
You're welcome. I wanted you on here specifically to talk a little bit about the park system at the City of Gresham, and most specifically to focus on the brand new park that's going to be opening up.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, that is. So that's Hogan Butte Nature Park.
It is.
So we'll get to that in a minute. But tell me a little bit. There isn't actually a parks department, but there's it's part of the Environmental Services Bureau. Tell me what some of the things are that you have to do with the parks in Gresham.
Well, in environmental services, we do a lot of different things. So we take care of the city's roads and the city's water system and wastewater and stormwater and solid waste and recycling, garbage and recycling.
Right.
But parks is a component of our department as well. We try to build new parks when we have funding available. We have about 30 parks in the Gresham system overall. We have larger parks that we call community parks, such as Main City or Red Sunset or the Graydon Sports Park, kind of those parks that serve all of the citizens of Gresham. And then we have some of the smaller neighborhood parks like Bella Vista or Nadaka that really...
Nadaka being one of the newest probably.
Exactly, yeah. Nadaka was built just a few years ago. Really exciting anytime we're able to add a park to the city's system, just providing something else for Gresham citizens to do and enjoy.
Well, it adds so much. It adds so much to a community to have an outdoor space to go, to take the kids, to take the family, to get kind of back to nature.
They are so important.
Yeah.
My background is I'm a civil engineer, so I have a lot of experience with public infrastructure. A lot of it's underground. People don't see it.
All the things that we don't see and don't really appreciate probably.
Yeah.
That are very important.
Very important, but parks are one of those things that everybody sees. People have, they have fun experiences, their kids learn things, you get exercise, so it's a vital component to any community. So the parks component to me is fun. Public infrastructure is important, it's fun to work on, but parks are really rewarding.
Well, and parks are the ones that you probably hear about from people saying, I love this park, or I really like this, or why don't you do this at this park?
Yeah, parks are really important to this community, really important to our mayor and council. Good. Mayor Bemis has always been a really strong supporter of the park system in Gresham, as the council has as well. We would love to build more parks in Gresham. We are limited with the funding that we have, but we have been able to add some new parks over the years. You've noticed, you mentioned Nadaka.
Right, and I followed that from when they were just talking about it several years back and until they actually opened it. I've been there quite a few times.
It's a spectacular park.
It's
if
wonderful.
you haven't been, please go.
So it's over on Gleason.
170
something.
Yes, in the northwest portion of Gresham. The children's fountain was added to the Arts Plaza in historic downtown Gresham not too many years ago. A totally new amenity for Gresham's.
Great on those hot days.
Oh, the kids are really loving it, aren't they?
And when they have the music events out there, and just any kind of event out there, the kids are there in that water. Actually, the adults are too sometimes because it gets pretty hot.
Yeah.
And then Main City Park's close by there. And,
Main City Park. But this newest addition. So I mentioned we're typically constrained with the funding, but we do a pretty good job, I think, as a city, is reaching out and asking for help from the community or from grant funders. Okay. So we've had money from Metro and Oregon State Parks has come to the city to help fund the construction of this newest park, Hogan Butte Nature Park.
So tell me a little bit about Hogan Butte. Tell me a little bit of the history of the park, if you can, where it's located for those who don't know.
Sure. The address of the park is 757 Southeast Gabbert Road in Portland. So for those that know the city well, you drive up Regner Road and to the southern portion of the city and turn on Gabbert and go to the end of the road. But some of the history of Hogan Butte, Eli Hogan was a pioneer, a lumberman from the turn of the century from this area that logged trees from Hogan Butte and used the wood, sent it to Portland to build the water reservoirs on Mount Tabor. The wood from Hogan Butte, well, no, but the forms for the concrete were made out of wood. And probably a lot of that wood ended up in some of the older homes around Portland, I would imagine. But that's how the butte was named. It has a colorful history. There's a 1928 bungalow on the top of the butte as well that during
Is that one you brought a picture of?
Yeah, the photo. We did bring a photo of that one. Yeah. During Prohibition, this home it had a bit of a colorful history. So it was a bit of a speakeasy in Gresham,
really?
So it has history. If the walls could talk.
Was this during Prohibition or
something? It was, and it was referred to as...
Is this it here?
This is the home, yeah.
That's a pretty big home, it looks like.
Yeah, it's situated at the base of the park. It's something that you can see if you come visit.
Can you go in there? Is it open?
It's not currently open to the public, but sometime in the future we hope to have it available. But
does somebody live in that house?
No,
oh, okay.
No. So this home.
It's a really nice house.
This home is secured. It's owned by the city. It was a land acquisition that was made to get access to the top of the butte for the park. But yeah, it was referred to at the time as the Blue Star Club or the Crest of Heaven.
Really?
And yeah, it has had quite a colorful history. But yeah, so this is at the base of the butte. We are building the access road up to the top of the butte. A series of ADA accessible, so wheelchair accessible paved paths.
Oh wow!
And this is a photo of the construction that's currently going on. There is a spectacular viewpoint, so what we call it the Volcano Viewpoint, because you do get a really spectacular view of the Cascade Mountains.
So is this a volcano? Is this a...
So this is, Hogan Butte is what they call a small shield volcano. It's an old extinct cinder cone, essentially.
Okay.
It's part of the East Buttes. So the East Buttes are a collection of roughly 50 of these. So you've got Powell Butte in Portland.
Right.
You have several in Gresham, Gresham Butte, Grant Butte in Gresham, Gabbert Hill or Gabbert, Walters Hill, Gresham Butte.
Wow.
So several of them spotted around. It's very unique geology.
Yes.
It makes the area very, very cool, especially as a viewpoint.
Wow, I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that's the view of Mount Hood from Hogan Butte. You can see Mount St. Helens, you can see Mount Adams.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it's really unique in Gresham because we don't have another spot where the public can go and really get this degree of beautiful views.
You have to drive out I-84 to see that.
You either need to drive out the gorge or go to one of the viewing spots outside of Gresham.
Right. I mean, sometimes I'm driving to work and I say, what a great view, but I can't pull over on the freeway to take a look at it. So
sure, and this is a nice, quiet, contemplative space. It's not meant to be a park with playgrounds or ball fields.
Okay, so it's more of a nature park then, right?
It's a nature park, exactly. So it's a great spot to take the family, take the kids, and possibly see some wildlife.
So what do you think we could see up there? If you
just the day before yesterday when I went up, there were two black-tailed deer, two bucks with antlers right there in the middle of the park.
Wow.
But we've also seen red-tailed hawks. We've seen red foxes. There's been a bobcat sighting. So a great place to see wildlife.
Yeah. Great. No hunting.
No hunting. No.
So this park will be, you said you have paths that you're putting in there, so it's going to be wheelchair accessible. There'll be there are trails that people can walk, or you
There
off
are
trail?
paved trails. There are several spots to kind of pull off the trail and either enjoy a picnic. There's going to be a picnic shelter. There's a restroom.
Okay.
There's parking. There is ADA accessible parking at the top of the butte, so if you have limited mobility, you still have access.
Great, and you still get that view.
Still get the view.
Get the view. So how is this funded? You said you have limited funds for parks. So how is this funded?
So we received a couple of big grants. One grant from Metro Nature and Neighborhoods program, and one from Oregon State Parks.
Okay.
So we coupled that money with the city collects what we call system development charges when new homes or businesses around Gresham are built. They pay into the parks fund essentially.
Okay.
So we do have a little bit of money that we save up, and when we have enough and we have grant funding like we do for Hogan Butte, we can build a new park.
So you know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And when is this going to be open?
So we have a grand opening scheduled September 23rd. It's a Saturday, 11 o'clock, and we hope the public can show up, bring your family, bring your kids. There will be refreshments and tours, and there will be, I believe the Audubon Society is bringing one of their birds, so it's going to be a great event, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And how big is the park? How many?
So the park itself is 46 acres. So it's a pretty good sized park, but again, it's a quiet, contemplative space. Trails, you can definitely find some seclusion.
So it's not all developed. It's very much
That's right.
It's very much nature and natural for the
It's
most
very
part.
much nature, so you can definitely experience. Check out the Doug fir and the red cedar and the Oregon grape and other native species as well as the animals.
It'd be a great place for teachers to take kids to
Definitely.
take some nice field trips up there to learn about things like that.
We really hope the schools are going to take advantage of the park. We built into the access way a bus turn out spot for a school
Perfect.
bus.
You're
So
thinking about everything, huh?
yeah.
So what other things does the Environmental Services Bureau have coming up for parks? Do you have anything else on the agenda in the future?
Well,
or do you not have the money yet to even talk about
we
that?
plan on going after any grant that we can. So any outside money that we can pull in and help supplement the money we have. We really hope to be able to do some additions to the Graydon Sports Park in the coming years, add a few more soccer fields, a few more softball or baseball fields, concessions, restrooms, and playgrounds for younger children. But there are parks needs all over the city.
And they probably are, that's an ongoing thing, I'm sure.
It is ongoing.
Just upkeep, maintenance.
We hope to tap into the enthusiasm and skills of our citizenry to help us plan and go after money for parks. We really had a good experience at Nadaka.
There was a lot of citizen involvement and input on that, wasn't
there?
there?
There was.
Yeah.
We had Lee Dayfield spearheading that from the community and several other volunteers that really helped make that happen. We hope that's a model for future park development in Gresham.
Right. And it took a long time, but they did it. They
did it.
And it was really a huge accomplishment because they were, and they need the support of the city to do that. So if there are people out there that are interested in being involved, if the parks are really important to them, can people contact you to see about volunteer opportunities?
Yeah, Monica, contact the city, definitely. Anybody that wants to volunteer in our parks, either for helping us keep them clean, keeping them safe, to actually getting more involved in the planning and design of parks as well.
That's great. That's a great way to be involved with your community and make a difference, and in an ongoing way. Leave your legacy there. You've kept the parks great. Any last things that we should know about the parks here in Gresham that we haven't talked about? I know you mentioned like there's wildlife up there. There's the different kinds of trees. I assume there's lots of other kinds of flora and fauna up there that people can check out.
Most definitely. I'm sure there's some species of flora and fauna that we haven't observed yet. We also plan on doing a lot of restoration.
Oh, good.
So the site, while it's beautiful today and has the beautiful viewpoints and the native plants and in animal species, we do hope to enhance everything that's up there over time. There is some blackberry, as we have a lot of places, which can take over, but we plan on systematically using volunteers and city staff to remove and replant with native species. So hopefully this park just grows and grows as far as its beauty and its importance to the community.
Will there be any signage up there, like of different things, like this is this kind of plant, or these are native species, or that kind of thing?
I'm glad you asked. There will be. I didn't mention that, but we have had some interpretive panels built, so they will be installed. They talk about the history of the site. They talk about the geology, the flora and fauna, and the Native American history as well. So it's a great place to bring kids and walk along the trail and learn a little bit about Gresham and about our natural history.
Geology, biology. I mean, you can really cover a lot.
We tried to cover all the bases.
It sounds wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try to make it to that grand opening. That's on September 23rd,
September
which is Saturday,
23rd.
from 11 to 1.
11 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
Great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Steve. Thanks for all the work you do, and keep up the good work.
Thanks, Monica. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Community Hotline tonight. I hope you learned something that you find interesting, and maybe some volunteer opportunities that you can look into being involved in. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media. We'll be here next week. We'll see you then.
Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. And by the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission advocates on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels. Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by